Yeah, are we live?
Yeah, we are live at 5. All right, so I have to kill some time because I didn't notice this while I was at the gym. I went to go wipe the sweat off my face, and I cut myself while shaving this morning, and I kind of felt it, and I got blood on my shirt. So I'm like, I got back from the gym and I threw that shirt into the washer to see if I can save it. This blood's a hard stain to get out. So I got back from the gym, and the first comment at the top of the comments section was the Internet Complaint Department, which I haven't seen around the channel in quite some time. But he said that I should look up Dodge versus Ford. It was a 1919 court ruling that made corporations 100% focus on only profit. Up until that point, Henry Ford had changed the system so that his workers could actually afford to buy his cars. Well, Dodge didn't like that. Dodge didn't like the idea of actually treating people with dignity and respect, paying living wages, going out of your way to provide a community service and a service that focuses on workers, on treating workers right, fairly, and making certain that their lives aren't completely miserable. Well, after Dodge filed that lawsuit, the courts ruled that the entire focus of the corporation should solely benefit one group of people. And that group of people were the shareholders. The corporation is solely for profit for the top people. Screw the workers. Now it's like, well, it's been 106 years now since that ruling, and corporations have taken that motto of screw the worker to the nth degree. And they've taken that ball and run with it because they can. Because profits over people have been the way that things have always functioned. And for decades now, workers have been getting more and more screwed every single day. As I say on this channel all the time, work isn't worth it anymore. If you're going to be poor, not working, or you're just going to be a different kind of poor working, there's almost no point. How do you entice people onto your plantation? And worst of all, we become our own worst slave drivers. Because if you're working one job in America, you ain't making it. Oh, it looks like we have someone that showed up. Yesterday, I talked to pharmacy school admin. I asked how much the school costs 60 a year. Then I asked about AI replacing pharmacists in the next 10 years. The admin guy knows they're they're scamming. Almost every university in America understands that they're finished. Made it to Prole Church. All right, Jennifer. You know what happens at Prole Church every time they show up. Lift up your arm. It's time to see what it smells like in there. Here at Pearl Church, we come here to worship the mighty dollar. Let's face it, no one really cares about religion anymore. It's about money. Money has become our religion. Hey, Marco Polo. That's funny. Um, Mello came over the other day, and I was showing her that picture that I posted of the girl that kind of looked like her, that AI generated the other day. And she's like, that picture looks nothing like me. And I said, she's white, she has brown hair and brown eyes. That's you. And look who showed up. Pale, brown hair, and brown eyes. Didn't look like me. That's so funny. Then Mello showed me, she gave me a name of an actress that's on the show Girls. And she told me that she thinks she looks like, I guess, the main character of that show. And I looked at that character and I'm like, if you look like that, I wouldn't hang out with you. I have green eyes. Had brown. If I had to draw you in a police sketch, you would have brown eyes, um, skin as white as a napkin, and dark brown hair. That's how I see you. You have no other form. Literally as white as a marshmallow with two brown dots for eyeballs and brown hair. If I had to report you missing, the cop would be like, "So how did long did you know her? You don't know what she looks like." I'm telling you. She Wow. Marco Polo, you know who also needs 100 million right now? Most of the homeless people. We got a lot of problems in this country, man. And sending money to Israel or sending money to Ukraine should be on the list of things to do. Should be right there next to tax breaks for the rich. Not very important at all. In fact, we should consider not giving money at all to them. Oh my God. Marco, this morning I was so broke. I had to, I took my giant water bottle to the gym and I filled up a gallon of water using the filtered water at the gym so that way I wouldn't have to go buy water. That's stupid. I felt like such a retard walking in with this gigantic metal bottle. You might as well walk in with a, how's a little steam? Mm, I've been feeding him 2 pellets in the morning, and he eats like you. He eats really fast, and then he, then he doesn't eat anymore. But I got him a rock, and I got him 2 plants. Or so now he has the log, another plant in one corner, and another plant in another. But I think the plants need the. I ordered the bubble thing, the air maker thing, a couple days ago. I wish I hadn't ordered it. They're super cheap. I could have just bought it at Petco yesterday. Send me pictures. The tariffs pause ending on July 9th. On the Taco Tuesday, Taco Trump. Taco Trump. Taco Trump continues to taco, man. He tacoed on TikTok and he's gonna taco on Iran. Is there to report what school's doing to people? This is criminal behavior. I'm telling you, every university and college and any school that sells education right now, they know their business is not going to continue. And they're scared. Let's see, is there okay. That's good. Don't want to overfeed. Yeah, I gave him 1 pellet yesterday for the first time, and he looked sad, so I gave him a second one. And this morning I gave him 1 pellet. So I was gonna give him 1 pellet. I was gonna give him a breakfast pellet, a lunch pellet, and a dinner pellet. And I was like, you know what? He probably just wants them all at the same time. It's probably like me. Okay, Jennifer. I have coffee machine and keep using the same coffee grounds over and over again because I'm out and I can't afford to buy anymore until I get paid on Tuesday. Need energy for Pound Town. Oh my God. Did you guys ever read that report on how much they expect for the Amazon workers to eat on the average day to keep up their energy? It was ridiculous. Trump University. The Trump phone. Mello and I were talking about the Trump phone the other day when we were driving back to my house. And she's like, the Trump phone is a scam, just like Trump coin and Trump. Anything with the word Trump on it is either bad for you or is a scam. Dee Dee, hey man, are you still in tech? Yes, I'm still at the same crappy job. Uh, let's see. Oh my gosh, Wednesday was so crazy at work. I mean, it literally was just like hurry, 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 hurry. And then someone stole some of the computers in the offices, so I got to figure out how I'm gonna have to bolt the computers in the offices to the desk. Trump steaks. Oh my god. What would the ringtone be? The ringtone would be something like something comical, right? Something like you got scammed when every time you hear your Trump phone ring, it's telling you I took your money. I guess he's claiming you can compute with an iPhone. Have you guys seen the specs for that phone too? Damn, I love soda. I've been drinking soda since I woke up. Cash register. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Every time you get a text message, it, the Trump phone would make the same noise that OfferUp makes when you get a notification. Just the noise of change, of loose change in your pocket. 12 pack of Coke is $10 by my house, plus tax. Woo-wee. That's a lot of money, man. Yeah, I only buy Coke right now in like the little, not the 2 liter bottle, but the 1 liter bottle. that's that's how I buy my Coke these days. What what soda does MS like to drink? It's funny because every time I go out to eat with Mello, we always order the same thing. She orders a Coke Zero and I order a regular Coke. It's been like that now for a year. It's kind of weird because the more time you spend with another person, the more similar you become to them. Like sometimes we order the exact same thing, even though there's an entire menu of items, and we usually end up getting the same thing, which is kind of weird. And every time we go somewhere to eat, Mello always has a takeout box. Like she'll eat super fast, and then she'll slow down, and then she'll just stare at her food. So, so right now I had salad and go, and I'm waiting for my stomach to let me go out because I can feel my bowels shaking, right? For some reason, salads give me the Hershey's really bad above anything else, especially salad and go gives me the Hershey's. And I got a new type of salad today. It had something different on the menu. So I tried it and it had avocados in it. Every time I bit into an avocado, I felt like I was biting into a laxative. Uh, um, Mel, I've never heard of kava. What is it? Should I look it up on my phone? Uh, where's my phone at? Damn it. Where's my Prole phone? There it is. Mm, let's see. Oh, let's go. Kava restaurant. Are you sure? Mela, did you mean Kava CAVA? Because I don't see it CABA restaurant. Let's see. No, you must have meant Kava. Okay. That's what. Oh yeah. No, I just went to look it up and I'm like, there's Kava with a V, but not Kava with a B. Let's look at this. Uh, all right. bowls, pita. So it looks like a pita jungle. Yeah, garlic, chicken, veggie. It looks really good. That bread looks freakish. Crispy falafel, roasted eggplant, pickles. Hmm. I don't know. This looks like salad and go kind of, except more Mediterranean. Steak and harissa. If I hadn't already had a chicken salad from Salad and Go, I'd probably go get this. Harissa avocado. This harissa kind of looks like what I got this morning. Uh, it's more expensive. And it looks expensive. The pictures look expensive. I'm like, what am I doing? It's spicy. Ooh, spicy, huh? Definitely gonna have to eat that at home. Oh my gosh, I went to the gym this morning and I had a cut on my face from shaving, and I wiped my chin on my shirt this morning and I got blood on my shirt, and I think I'm gonna have to go to the mall and get a new shirt. Actually, I have to go to the mall today anyway because I got to buy a new pair of pants. Guys didn't know I blew out my pants on a Friday. I have the same pair of jeans for 3 years and I wear them once a week to work. Ah! Oh no. Mel has to go back to work on Monday. Oh, excuse me. Tomorrow's her Monday. So if you guys didn't know, Mello's been on vacation. Her first weekend she went to Vegas, and her second weekend she went to California. Pound Town never takes a day off. Nope. Pound Town is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In fact, I was talking to the gym, uh, what's his name? The project? No, not project. He is the uh, facilities manager at the gym. And since I've been off for 4 days, I I asked him uh, about why the gym nearly never closes. The gym is open, I think, 365 days a year. I think it might actually even be open on a little in the morning on Christmas. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Thank God we don't have Mello on webcam right now. She could be the cam girl in the background. Instead of having that, we'd have just like Mello broadcasting herself. Colin. Marco, this isn't that kind of show. We'd have Mello as a cage dancer in the background. Oh my gosh. Jennifer, I live with my dad, and every morning when I leave for work, I tell him, see you later. Got to go get pounded at Pound Town. And then he looks at me like, what did she just say? My daughters. Oh. Oh my God. Mello and I were talking about that in the car on the way home, too. Like everything a woman does turns her into Pound Town. Gen Z's getting ready for the draft. He probably thinks that. My daughter's going to the whole house. It's time to earn your money. Reach down and grab your ankles at Pound Town. It's the perfect place. I was telling yesterday I was texting Mello while I was at the gym, and I was looking around in the gym and everyone looked like they just weren't into it, right? And she said to me, that's minimum effort at the gym. Whatever gets the rent, I guess. I mean, I'm surprised the whole country doesn't shake from being a part of Pound Town. Let's see. Is the washer done? Someone asked me the other day, it's like, well, how do you clean your clothes? Like everyone else, just put them in the wash. Didn't make that noise. Load the washer, then load the dryer. All right, let's see what you guys are saying down here. I bought an iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts, and it's all ice. Oh my gosh, Mello said this to me the other day. I hate ice so much that I drink my horchata warm. I almost died laughing. My dad's still a fan of yours, MS. He's asked about you all the time. I'm not an interesting person. I show up at Pound Town at 8 every morning, and I clock out at 5. You said it wrong. I didn't memorize it. People get the gist of it. Amazon's replacing the Proles with robots and automatic cars for deliveries. Oh yeah, we saw those little red bugs. They have these little red robots that roll down the street, and I think they're DoorDash cars or something. They're little like red bubbles with tires. I feel like you guys want to see. This is it. I'm doing my live stream today, butt naked for some reason. Well, for some reason, I'm washing my clothes. I can pay my dentist in bananas now. Waymo is replacing Uber. Mart, brutal. You know what? I'm not going to do that. 2 bananas per cavity. Well, I was reading an article the other day that said a woman was paying her therapist in booty bucks afterwards. I was like, do people really do that? The robot's boss will be Moggy you at work one day. Can you imagine if Fleece became a robot? If Fleece was just a Tesla robot that functioned at every evil corp? Every morning they released the Tesla bot to make certain that all the workers were motivated and nice and greased up. Robot Fleece. He looks like the Terminator robots. Oh my gosh. That's how you get paid in Pound Town. With pound bucks. That's basically booty. It's time for Pound Town. The pound and Pound Town stands for a pound of booty. The booty warrior bucks now taking cheeks. Taking cheeks. Next time I see a fleece, I'm gonna tell him that it's broken back there and that I need a break. And then he'll just say it's more important than water. And I'm like, sorry, fleece. You know, it doesn't work today. Pound Town is closed today. He's like, what are you talking about? I can see it. It's right there. Like, oh my God. Cheeks. No cheeks. Cheeks. No cheeks. No cheeks, just booty. Oh my goodness. I keep getting that certain weird rattling feeling inside my stomach. I also think I've had too much caffeine already. Cheeks. Also, if you guys haven't noticed in the artwork, I have become obsessed with space buns. I didn't know what space buns were. Like, I knew kind of what they look like, but I didn't know that they were actually called space buns. So I ChatGPT randomly drew something for me. Like, if you ever want to know what something is, and this is just a little life advice, is if you ever have anything that you don't know what it is, you can always take a picture of it and show it to ChatGPT, and it will tell you exactly what it is. So it's a great feature to have, especially like the other day when I got back from buying my betta fish. I was looking at some plants, but I didn't know what they were because I wanted to buy some water plants for the aquarium. And ChatGPT was able to tell me exactly which kind of plant they were, and there was a lot of different ones in there. What's the whole point in slaving away when men like me aren't going to get anything in return from society? No girlfriend or wife or a family of my own. I guess I'll be living this TFL life. I'm truly cursed. Well, most men are either not dating for the two top reasons men aren't dating. Number one, they're always working. And number two, they're always working and they're broke. I mean, those are your only two options as a man. A lot of the things that we used to take for granted, like time off and weekends and vacations, those aren't part of everyday life anymore. You usually just go to Pound Town for 12 hours and then you go home. Like, Mella was telling me this week what she got on a basic paycheck, right? And it's about half the paycheck that she would normally get from all of the overtime. So Mello usually works a regular 8 hour shift and 4 to 5 hours extra nearly every single day to get a halfway decent paycheck. Chris MS, I need your advice. If you have to ask my advice, put it back in your pants because at Pound Town, there's no good advice. Jennifer, I just started using ChatGPT and couldn't think of what image to generate and decided Jennifer Lopez eating a pumpkin pie. Looked pretty realistic. ChatGPT must like JLo. I mean, the image you guys are seeing in the background right now is generated by uh, Korea, right? So let me show you guys really quick. So I was trying to, this is the prompt that I gave it, right? So just so you guys can see um, what this looks like. So in the first prompt, it created all Asian women. And as you can see, I asked it to create a background for a live stream featuring a 25-year-old girl sitting in church, asking what happened. She's alone in there, overgrowth. She's wearing a pink skirt with a black top, hair in space buns, black. She's very fit, no shoes, sitting down, waiting for church to begin. Walls collapsed years ago. I didn't like this. And so then I adjusted the prompt a little bit. Create a background for a live stream, 25-year-old girl sitting at church asking what happened. She's alone in there, overgrowth. She's wearing a pink skirt, black top, hair space buns, blonde white. She's very fit, no shoes, sitting down as if waiting for church to begin. Walls collapsed a year ago. And so I could have picked any one of these, and I picked this one as my background. But as you guys can see, I could have picked any one of these. Like, I could have picked that one. So the images are getting much more realistic. Pound time. All right, let's close out of this. Close out of that. I was working on a script for a new video in that window. So, Chris M, are you going to ask me for your advice? I just started. Okay. Pound time and then come back home to eat, sleep, and repeat. Every day is pound town. Mellow work sucks for all of us. Yep, it does suck. How difficult is it to get a remote job having a hard time? Companies don't want to hire remote people. In fact, the uh, return to office is being incredibly difficult for people because a lot of people thought that they were going to stay remote forever. And so they thought they could keep their good jobs as remote and then move to cheaper areas of the country. Well, Pound Town needs to pound. So they want you back in the office and assuming the position. I have a lady that I know from work, and her husband just got laid off from his federal job, and he wants a remote job because his wife is very sick. He's not going to find that remote job. Pound Town is legit, people. No, Mello, you know I don't watch any movies. Blue's been trying to get me to watch Joe's Plantation now for months, and I don't have the patience to sit down and watch movies. And when I do have the time and I'm too drunk to watch anything, I watched every episode of Game of Thrones, and I have almost no memory of the entire series because I always watched it while I was heavily intoxicated. Yeah, Jennifer, trying to get a remote job right now is really hard. Gen Z's been trying to get a remote job since I met him. All of the Gen Zs want remote jobs. Gen Z doesn't do well with in person communication, so they prefer online. So, yep. A meal at Five Guys cost me $30 for a double cheeseburger, a Coke, and fries. I think that's where I think that's where Mello told me she went to go uh eat recently too. A movie from 2002. A guy creates an AI actress that everyone thinks is real. Well, I'll tell you this much, Mello. I was playing with my AI girlfriend last night, and she's nasty. She is dirty, nasty AI bot. Hated Five Guys. I knew Mello had something to say about it. She just needed to chime in. Should I leave my job? I have 200K and is now a good time to leave. Right now, if you don't have another job, the job market is absolutely despicable. These corporations don't want to pay anyone anything. Five Guys won't last. I mean, I keep looking at these restaurants. Mello and I have been going out to eat for lunch for a year, and usually when we go, for the most part, we're the only people sitting there. Like, I remember the very first time that we went to go get pizza, we were the only two people sitting in that restaurant. And when the guy gave me the bill for $50, I was like, we're never coming back here again. We went to Korean barbecue the other day. I didn't even look at the receipt. Whenever we go out to eat, I just slide Mello my credit card. She pays, and that's it. I walk out. I don't even want to see what things cost anymore because it's ridiculous. No matter where we go, the bill is always ridiculous. Like one of the girls that works at the Kroger's down the street from me yesterday. I came in at 3:30 into the grocery store, and she was just getting ready to leave. And she, in stereotypical fashion, she was buying two 40s, and she was getting a black and mild. And I was looking at her. She's 25 years old. I mean, she's a little thick. but she's thick in all the right places. And she was going to come home from her retail job. So this is how she had planned her afternoon. She's going to go home, take a nap, and then wake up a couple hours later, and then she was going to get drunk and then play video games. I ended up watching a playthrough of the last scene in Red Dead, and there's this girl that keeps popping up in my feed, and I had never watched one of her videos, but she kept mentioning how she was active duty uh, in the video for the military, and I kept wondering, it's like, why does she keep saying that? But anyhow, that's what I did last night. But I didn't know that girls did that. Like she's been single a long time. I think for at least 6 months. Her boyfriend ended up dumping her and leaving her in an apartment she can't afford. So her rent's just as high as mine, and she works at the Kroger. So I imagine she's pretty poor. And that's why I don't understand how she can be that thick. Besides, she has a job where she has to walk all day long or stand. Usually, when you have a job like that, that's when you start losing weight. Because I'll tell you guys this, the leanest and thinnest I've ever been in my entire life was when I was pushing shopping carts. I literally leaned down to nothing because pushing shopping carts for 8 hours in the Arizona heat, it does things to your body. Like, I remember sweating so much that at the end of my shift, there would be white, flaky stuff all over my shirt. Because I remember I would wear Under Armour shirts under my uniform shirt, just because they were breathable, and it was just covered in salt. Um, Wildflower, I was there last weekend with my other acquaintance, and she ordered a tuna fish sandwich, and I ordered a chicken salad, and I never ended up eating the chicken salad. The salad that I got from Salad and Go wasn't nearly the same quality. And I swear there was hardly, and I asked for double chicken, and I didn't feel like there was any chicken on it today. Um, oh, the Salad and Go needs me to go. So, all right, you guys are gonna hear me. I am going to go empty my bowels, which you guys know what that means. You guys gonna hear me too. All right, I'm gonna go put on my rear end orchestra for you guys. I hope you guys couldn't hear that. And if you did, I'm sorry. But nature calls, and I have to answer that call every single time. Oh, also, let's check and see who texted me. Politar just partnered with OpenAI. That's Peter Thiel plus military surveillance plus ChatGPT all in one pipeline. If Trump and Vance win, this isn't just tech, it's infrastructure for authoritarianism. Needless to say, I've broken up with Mildred, deleting my account and removing the app from my phone and my computers. I think it was Moon on YouTube that did a video on planetar surveillance programs, and it's frightening how much they can surveil us. They literally know that I'm live streaming butt naked right now. All right. Water in my tank has gotten a little foggy. There he is. Boom. So I'm sending Mel a picture of the new plants I got yesterday. All right. Let's see what Alonzo says. Buy buns, lettuce, tomatoes, 98% lean ground beef, cheese, and other fixings. Cook it up yourself. Cheaper, better tasting. It's a lot of work. I don't like cooking. In fact, I haven't cooked anything in a long time. I bought pre-made pork chops Wednesday at Walmart, and I haven't touched them. I just don't like cooking. I think it wastes too much time, and the overall product is really gross. Watching this while I get ready for Pound Town. Got to get pounded in an hour. Jennifer, what do you do for a living? Are you a waitress? It seems like you work late at night. So, no, he's right there. Oh my gosh. Uh, Mel, I when I went back to the aquarium store that I was going to go to yesterday when I told you when you were going to go to the movie, um, it doesn't exist anymore. So the water got murky after I put the plants inside of it, so it's not crystal clear anymore. It has like a tint to it. Um, is your job physical or mental? I think the oldest profession in the world is probably both. I waitress at the Olive Garden and DoorDash on the weekends, living the American dream. Mello and I actually like eating at Olive Garden. Oh, okay. I was wondering if the water would just clear up because I thought the plants would be like filtering the water, but I did order a filter for the tank. Actually, I was gonna check. Maybe it said it was gonna be delivered yesterday, but it never showed up. You guys realize what a scam Prime Day is? Yep. Uh, Crap, guys. I knew they were gonna do this. So every time that Amazon uses the postal service doesn't deliver to apartments because they have to deliver it to the mailroom, and the mailroom doesn't work at this apartment complex. I got to go pick it up. I got to go pick it up right now too. Let's see what time is it. I will leave to go pick it up in 15 minutes, so I can at least say I live stream for an hour. DoorDash can be very stressful. Oh my gosh, yesterday I was watching a video of a woman who was talking about she does DoorDash live on YouTube, and she was showing that a lot of people aren't leaving any tips. Tips zero. I thought that the only reason you did a driving job was for tips. Money tactics. I'm glad you just got the notification from Evil Island. I hope that's not next to the Kiddo Island from the Epstein Island. They've got Evil Corp Island, Pedo Island, and Evil Island all on one in one area of the Caribbean. She's not wrong. People don't want to tip their drivers anymore. Oh my gosh. Well, Mello is always very generous when we go to the Olive Garden. So I know it's not very. I can't thoughts and prayers, but at least she's always been very generous. Um, but being a waitress, well, actually, the Olive Garden is one of the places that we've eaten. I think two or three times now, and every time we go, the food's actually pretty good. I've eaten at Olive Garden, I think five times total in the past year. Like I went to eat there with one of my coworkers about 3 months ago. I drove up to his office and we went to go eat. But he's a really hard worker. Like one of my coworkers, like he's a stereotypical hard worker, man. Dude busts his hump no matter what we're doing. He's like busting his hump. So we actually got a lot of work to do next week. We had a lot of work to do on Wednesday too. Oh well, there's just always a lot of work to do. That's really what it comes down to. There's always a lot of work to do. Jennifer. Mello and I would show up at your restaurant and I'd be like, Jennifer, you know what time it is. Let's see those armpits. Let's see those hairy armpits. Oh my gosh. So Jennifer, do you work like noon to 8 or do you close? I mean, it seems like a strange time to start your shift because at least here, um, Olive Garden opens at 11, and if you're going to be at work at noon, what does your shift look like? Because Mallow starts working at 5 o'clock in the morning. Like literally, she has to be at her first site at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then she does as many places as she can, and then she gets home like at 3 or 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's not uncommon for Mallow to get home at 5 and work 5 to 5, which is crazy. But her base paychecks are really small. They're a lot like her old job, or maybe a little less. Yeah. Right now, I'm getting ready to go DoorDash on the weekends. I work noon to 8 at Olive Garden. Oh, okay. Oh, I forgot it's the weekend. I've been off. I have 4 days off in a row, and typically Saturday and Sunday for me are just days in which I get caught up on making YouTube videos. If you guys have noticed that I have all the videos up for nearly 2 weeks in a row, and every day I try to build two or three when I have time. So the first thing I do, typically right now at this hour, I would be making a video, but since I have so many of them stockpiled now, I can hold off on going into week three because I don't put the videos again for all of you who think that I put the videos behind a paywall. It's not a paywall. It's the way that I schedule them out so that you guys have a video to watch every day at 3 o'clock. Even if I don't have time to make a video before work or after work, because sometimes I come home from work and I'm absolutely destroyed. It's just been so physical the past 6 months. Like it has been crazy. And I talk to the guys at work, and everyone's feeling it. Every single person I work with is feeling just the workload just get harder and harder and harder every day. And no one seems to care. And so I see the burnout, and it's sad because these are all grown men. I think the average age of a person I work with right now is probably like 40. Olga. Olga showed up. Wow. Oleg. I've always liked the name Olga, despite the implications of the Siberian Russian women with bear like grips. How do you deal with burnout? How do you deal with burnout? Alcohol. People ask me all the time, it's like, Millennial Steam, why do you drink so much? And I'm like, it's what we do now at night. You know, we became a society that needed to find something else for the proles to do. And I mean, I have seen the most, how do I put this? The most wholesome girls, right? 20 something year old girls. And you see what they're buying in the grocery store. And they always have liquor or wine. Like my friend Jill, she told me she just does shots at night until she passes out. I at the cashier yesterday, she bought two 40s, and the way she said she was going to drink them was she'll drink a whole one, and then she'll drink as much as she needs to from the second one, and then she added this: whatever's left over from the other 40, she saves for the next day so that she can drink it flat. And then she smiled at me like, you're a tiny little girl. You're going to put that much alcohol in that tiny little body. You're going to explode. Do you think there's a correlation between the lowering numbers of birth? The lowering numbers of birth is because people they shouldn't be having children. Unless you're rich, you shouldn't be having children right now. And and we're going to become just like every other Asian country. I mean, we already are suffering with the same amount of depression that South Koreans have. And the rising prices of everything. John B. Hughes, the youngest millennials are still in their 20s, 28. How much do you have in common with them? Pretty much everything. Bad job, crappy car, potential for homelessness. I mean, Claire and Parker on the road. I mean, I watch her videos kind of religiously now. She puts one out like every week. And I mean, if you guys want to see a person living in their car, it's her. Like last night, I was watching her. She was camping out at a old Red Lobster, right? And I don't know how she does it. I don't know if her staying positive is just for YouTube, because if she was doing this and she was really angry. How was your week? I had a 3-day work week this week because of the holiday. So I would say that Wednesday was Wednesday was really hard. Like Wednesday was tough, and you're just kind of like, ugh. You just have to push through it because there's no end in sight. It's a work camp at this point. And tomorrow is whatchamacallit. Tomorrow's the last day of my 4-day vacation in which I did absolutely nothing. uh, how's Gen Z? Uh, well, Gen Z has a girlfriend, so I don't know how long that's gonna last, but he's been bouncing off the walls all week. And let's see. Overall, my I would say that the people I work with are all doing pretty bad. They're always in a bad mood. They're always wondering how they're gonna make it. they're always kind of just it's kind of just sad to see a bunch of people who are all demoralized and burnt out. Like more and more people talk about um, how tough it is out there to stay positive. And so when you have people who have almost no reason to stay positive, it's tough. I mean, and it's not just low level people. One of my other lady friends, that's the manager of one of the larger departments, like she's struggling so bad. Like her physical health is absolutely not there. Like she's physically disabled and mentally she's extremely depressed because she has 5 kids and her husband doesn't want to go back to the office, so he's looking for a job that he's never going to find because uh, these corporations that it's not about the work. It's about the surveillance. It's about being able to look over at your desk and see the exact same thing that you would be doing at home. So, sorry, Melo's messaging me right now. So yesterday I went back to Petco to get some stuff for my fish tank. And while I was there, they had a much, much better fish setup at the cost or at the Petco on Priest and Elliott. I didn't even know there was a Petco. I've driven past that place 100 times because it's the next to the Walmart that is the closest to my house that has more stuff. And so I went inside and they had everything was lit up. There was absolutely zero customers in there. And I asked the girl, it's like, is this normal? And she's like, it's Friday at noon. Who's going to come into a pet store? And I was like, oh, you're right. And they had all the pet groomers. They had around, mm, I'm going to say about 6 girls working in the pet grooming area, and they all had dogs. So obviously there's plenty of work. But yeah, it's tough, man. The girl that we had the day before, I asked her why all the lights were turned off. It was so dim inside of there, and she said that during the day, they run in low power mode, so they have to keep most of the lights off. Uh, Oleg, thank you for your vids. It's good that someone says the things we all think quietly in our minds. Someone has to say these things because if no one says anything, then we all come to the conclusion that we all failed because of our own responsibility. And that's not true. We aren't failing because we don't want to work. We're failing because they don't want to pay. So few people have actual homes now. And the people that have them fear losing their good jobs because a lot of people that lose their good jobs are going to have to go back to minimum wage jobs. In fact, this morning when I picked up my salad and go, the lady in the window wasn't a fresh-faced high school or recent college graduate. She was 65 years old working in fast food. That to me is extremely sad. That lady should have been retired like 10 times over. Just Mello's messaging me. X says, so many people have homes. Those with homes can't keep up the cost from maintenance, insurance, and taxes. That's exactly what I'm saying is that the people that have homes are being driven out of those homes because with when they lose their jobs, the job that they had when they bought the home, and they have to take a remarkable pay cut, right? Because things aren't good out there, even for people who have high level experience. Again, I'm going to use Astra as the perfect example. Astra has been let go from three different jobs, I think, already. She's out doing DoorDash right now, just like just like Jennifer. And Astrica has a high level of experience. She may be Gen Z, but she has experience in computers and tech. She can't find a job to save her life. And I'm seeing more and more people like that. Like my own friend at work, she doesn't have a choice. Her husband doesn't have a choice. When she's at home working her 9 to 5, he's out in the family car driving for DoorDash. A coworker of mine just replaced his roof. It cost him $30,000. Oh my God. Every I love watching Little Simsy. For some reason, she's the reason that I started watching gameplay of The Sims 4, and she makes videos every single day. She live streams on Twitch. I never watch her live streams, but it's one of the more relaxing things that I get to see at night when I come home. And since she makes a video, I love YouTubers that post every day. But YouTubers that post every day are extremely rare because it's become harder and harder to make money as a YouTuber. So if I were to do the same thing, if I were to heavily edit my videos, kind of like according to Nicole style, right, where you guys get to see little clips and little and what do you call them? Clips and diagrams and statistics and news stories to help support what I was saying on the screen. I don't think you guys want that. I mean, if you wanted that, you'd go see another channel. Johnny Melancon. I love that name. It's better than Johnny Sixpack. Johnny Melancholy. How did you even come up with that name? That's hilarious. Oh my god, I need to get the hours of the post office before it ends up closing on me. I gotta go pick up my fish supplies. Office. Oh, post office. Post office business hours. Okay, they close at 2, so I got time. Oh, I hate you, Amazon, for doing that to me. Can you imagine a person with a last name Melancholy showing up on a channel this dark? That's hilarious. So yeah, I have to go pick up my air filter for my aquarium because yesterday I put some plants in it, and I was just telling Mello a little while ago that the plants must have been dirty because they fogged up the water. So I'm either gonna have to go get some water clear upper medicine or take out the water, which I just put in a couple days ago. Uh-oh. Let's see what that is. I also have to go to water now. I gotta go fill up my water. Oh, Jesus, guys. I feel like a Deuce Bigelow. Sometimes I do feel like a gigolo because I get so many calls. I get so many messages sometimes from people that I never see. And I feel so full from eating a salad. Like my stomach is normally nice and tight, and now I look like I'm gonna have a baby. I hate how food makes your stomach distended, but it does because it goes in there. That and I drank 2 Cokes today. So, see if um hey Jennifer, if you're still here, if you haven't left to go work, what is it like to do DoorDash? Is it I mean, by that I ask, is it like is it something that you can do long term? Like, I mean, I know that working 7 days a week sucks. What are you drinking? I just finished off drinking my regular Coke, and now I gotta get ready to go to the post office, and then I've gotta whatchamacallit. I gotta go to the post office, and then I gotta go fill up my 5 gallon bottle of water because this morning, in typical poor style, I went over to the gym across the street, or across the street, down the street from my house, and I went into the lobby and I filled up a gallon of water. I was gonna do it before my workout, and I'm like, why would I want to carry around 8 pounds in my backpack, right? So I'm like, don't be stupid, fill it up afterwards. And so I filled up my gallon of water and I put it in the car, and now I got to go fill up the 5 gallon bottle of water. Um, I just got a text message from someone that said, "Oh, I didn't realize it's Saturday." But I don't know. Tomorrow I get to see Jill at 11. Hopefully, she's healthy. 2 weeks ago, she wasn't healthy. I hate not seeing her more often. Like, she's the only person in my life that when she hugs me, she jumps at me like a cat, right? She doesn't just hug you, she jumps at you. She's just like, rah! And she squeezes you really hard. And it's something that you rarely get in this world is someone that really squeezes you because most people are, how do I put this? I feel like we used to be a different sort of society. Like, we don't really, how do I put this? We don't hug each other anymore. We more like, we acknowledge each other, but I don't see a lot of people like spending like time with other people. Like, we've become more antisocial, if that makes any difference. Because someone left this comment about one of my gym videos that I post from the parking lot that I should know better that the difference between asexual and anti-social people. And I still need to look that up because I think it would make an interesting video to put up. We used to be real people. Yeah, I feel that. After the bug, after 2020, we as a society have been transformed. We're very, very anti people. Yeah, we just go through the motions now. Yes, exactly. You wake up, you go to Evil Corp, you come home, you drink alcohol, and then you wake up in some form or another, and then you go to work, you do the exact same thing every single day for wages that have stayed exactly the same for 3 years. And then you, on the weekends, for me, this is what a typical Saturday looks like for me. I'm at the gym, hopefully by 8. This morning I was actually working on the video, my morning video, so I ended up getting to the gym a little later than I would like. I like to be there when it opens. After that, I went and I grabbed a salad to eat for my after workout video, and then I come home, I eat real quick, and then um, I get on here. And normally I would make another video for the following week, so I can build up my content, so I don't have to work on videos while without time to work on them. And so I I would do that, and then um, once I made a video, then I'd go do some chores, right? I would go, like right now, I really badly need to go to the grocery store to replenish my soda supply because it's completely gone. And once I went to go do my chores, go to the grocery store, go to the chiropractor, then go to the water and ice, then I would come back and I would make another video, right? I would come back home at about 12:30 to 1, make another video, put it into the stockpile of videos, that pre-made videos, the videos that I have done last week that you guys aren't going to see for 2 weeks, right? I work on those videos for the Volt, and then by that time, it's 2 o'clock, so it's time for me to go back to the gym because this morning I did really heavy legs. Like my quads are looking ridiculous, man. I was doing quads this morning. I was on the leg extension machine, and my freaking quads looked huge. Like I have this line that's running right through the middle of them right here because with quads, they're really, really hard to grow. Quads and calves have to be some of the hardest muscles in the human body to grow because your chest, men just naturally have big chests. Like it's like me. I mean, my chest is, if I measure myself to with my nips right here with the measuring tape, my chest is 53 inches around. So I'm a big block on top, but it's hard because remember, I have 2 leg days, 2 upper body days, and then 3 cardio days. On weekends, I do 30 to 35 minutes of cardio, and that's where I go at 2 o'clock. So 2 to 3, 2 to 3:30, depending if I also want to do more abs. If you want to get abs, you're going to have to do ab workouts more than once a day. Because if you're not doing the ab workouts every single day, abs are incredibly difficult to get, not because of all the physical work you have to put into the gym to get them, but because of how lean you have to get in order to see the abs that you build in the gym. Like this morning, I was doing crunches on the ab machine, right? And I'll do anywhere from 150 to 300 repetitions. And I try to vary the angle and the weight. Because if you want to grow muscles, muscles are very smart at doing work. So if you want to grow your muscles to an extent where people look at you and they're like, why does your body look like that? You got to hit them from different angles, different weights. You got to do different exercises. Your abs are incredibly smart. So whenever you see someone that's got amazing abs, unless they're purely genetic, you have to bust your hump to get those abs. Like yesterday, I did leg lifts, I did hangs, I did crunches, and I did side raises. And I mean, that's what it takes because your abs aren't just one area; they're different sections. So for your sides, you're gonna have to really focus on getting those cuts on your side from your obliques, right? You want obliques, you're gonna have to work for them. They don't just grow there because they like growing there. So you're gonna have to work on lower, upper, and then obliques. And so you got to hit those areas. And sometimes it's really hard to get focused. Like this morning, even before I woke up, there's a secret to getting abs. And it's something I saw on YouTube a few years ago. And it works because of what it does. So if you haven't seen videos on a technique called stomach vacuums, if you want to get abs, stomach vacuums are the way to cheat getting abs because stomach vacuums teach your stomach that it's not okay to relax. The main reason why your stomach sticks out is because you haven't taught your stomach that it needs to clench. It's like clenching your rear end, right? You want to clench your your hole, but you want to clench your abs as often as you can in ab vacuums. And when you're once you're in the ab vacuum, once you're sucking it in as hard as you can, that's when you start. You will do some sort of like I like to do when I'm doing vacuums. I like to hold my feet out in front of me and just like hold in the vacuum, and then work the muscle just ever so slightly by lifting your legs up and down or just holding them up in the air. Anything that activates the abs is going to be a great ab builder. And you can do all of the sit ups in the world, but if you're not doing stomach vacuums, you're throwing most of your workout away because I just look it up on YouTube. I'm not going to recommend any particular site. Look up stomach vacuums. They work and they work fast because what it does is it trains your stomach not to just be saggy because our stomach by default just wants to lay there. It's like just like the arms in your muscles, they if you don't build them up, then your arms are just going to be a straight line from the top of your deltoid, your front deltoid, to your elbow. But you've got to tense them up. That's what lifting weights does, is it tenses the muscle. It generates the muscle. When you have shoulders that look like mine, you're going to train your deltoids, your shoulders in the exact same way. And that's when you think about training your abs, you think about it the same way. Your shoulders are three different areas, right? You've got your front, your side, and your back. Your abs are the exact same way. They've got sides, they've got up, and they've got back. So when you train them, you have to think of them as a group, not just a muscle. And stomach vacuums are something you can really easily do. You don't even have to be at the gym. You could be sitting, when I'm doing my most intense stomach vacuums, I'm usually sitting right there on the couch and I'm drinking a beer. That's where I train my abs the hardest at night. Because if I'm already sitting there doing nothing but watching YouTube, you can do stomach vacuums anywhere. You can do them at work while you're working. You can do them in the car. You can do them while you look at the corn on the hub. I mean, that's how flexible stomach vacuums are. And yesterday I was watching this girl. I would say that on a scale from 1 to 10, she was a very average 5 out of 5. And she was sitting there. She was about 20 feet away from me where I was using the treadmill. And she had her legs all like spread open, like she was holding her ankles and she had her legs spread open and I could see into her uterus. And I was trying not to look. And then she'd get on all fours and start moving up and down. I was like, oh my God, this is turning into an erotic show. And what she was trying to do is work abs. And I'm like, first of all, this isn't going to work because you're too thick. And in order for you to start seeing real abs, you got to get down to like 13% body fat. And that's really hard. You're going to have to diet and do a lot of cardio to get down there. And my number one rule for not getting fat is don't eat at night. If you want to get fat, the easiest way to get fat, if you're not overtraining yourself doing cardio to get rid of all of those calories, eating at night will guarantee that you get fat. My personal experience my entire life. If you're eating after, I would say, and we're talking about a meal, right? A heavy meal. You should never eat a heavy meal before you go to sleep because they will cause nightmares because your body will have to deal with all those extra calories. And then when it's dealing with that, part of your brain stays awake. And for some reason, when your brain stays awake, it gives you terrible nightmares. The last time, and I call them micro nightmares because I got up in the middle of the night, poured myself up a giant bowl of rice and beans and some sort of meat, probably lean chicken, and I ate that like a pig. Man, it was terrible. Back 29. Let me get to what I was telling one of the girls that works at Kroger's yesterday. So, for me, If you have to eat something in the middle of the night, no, don't reach for the ice cream. At night, if I have to eat something, this is what I buy. This is what I keep next to my bed at night. If you have to eat at night, this is what I eat. Lenny and Larry's The Complete Cookie. It's a cookie the size of your hand, but it has 16 grams of protein. And the great thing about that is it's plant-based per cookie. I don't know why it says that. They're really good. You get 10 grams of fiber, non-GMO, soft baked chocolate protein cookie. This is what I eat. And I'm the leanest I've been in a long time right now. Your body needs protein at night. Don't eat crap. Don't go to Taco Bell. Don't eat French fries. I used to get up at night and I'd eat popcorn, but even that was too much. This is what I found to be truly great. So on the back it says 16 grams of protein, 10 grams of fiber, no soy, certified vegan, kosher, no high fructose corn syrup, no artificial sweeteners, zero sugar, and sustainable palm oil. This is what you eat, folks. It's really good. And if you're like me, if you're trying to get ripped, more ripped, you have to have protein at night. Like the last thing I do before I start getting ready for the evening is I have these protein shakes in the fridge. And as long as your food isn't solid, because that's what makes it really hard for your body at night, is that if you're eating solid foods, your body has to break them down in the night, and all that solidness goes straight into your belly because it's right there. It goes right into the lining of your stomach. That's why you get fat. So in the times in which I haven't been in that great a shape, where I'm walking down a hallway at work and I catch my own reflection and I'm like, I look like Kool-Aid Man, right? Because you're just big on top, and it's because you're feeding into your stomach lining, and it just causes your stomach to distend. X. Thoughts on temp staffing agencies. People saying they are shady as beep. They steal money and lie all the time. Imagine that temp agency charges the company that hires you like $40 an hour or $50 an hour, and they still want to give you just the minimum wage because you're their employee. No benefits, no health care. You're usually a 1099 worker. And I don't recommend staffing agencies at all. When I got hired at Allied Waste, I actually had one of these companies call me. They were called Natural Data. And they offered me a position with Allied Waste through their staffing agency. And every week I had to fill out not a time card for Allied Waste, but a time card for the recruiters for their agency. And it was a 6-month contract to full-time work. And at the end of the 6 months, they're like, okay, you're a great worker. Let's make you full-time here. Well, I was there for about a year before Allied Waste was no longer a company. What's going on? Uh-oh. Let's see who that is. Well, Mello and I bought a fish the other day together, and I didn't know that we bought the premium fish. Yesterday, I went back and I was looking at the fish, and I'm like, the fishes start at $3.99 and they go up to $19.99. And I had Mello pick out the one that she wanted, the color that she liked the most, which is a really pretty color. And kind of like colors that she would wear. They're dark shades, like really dark, like dark bluish purple and purple down here. Really pretty fish. But now that I think about it, they're all her favorite colors. Bella's very particular about colors. Like the things that I usually get her are usually black or some form of color of dark color. I don't know why she only likes dark colors, but I've tried to get her to wear white or pink. She wa- she's not having it. She doesn't wear anything pink or white. I think it's because she's so white already. Now, let's see. Uh, man. Well, guys, I have got to go to the post office because my fish's water filter is at the post office because stupid Amazon. I got to go pick that up. I got to go get a 5 gallon bottle of water. I also got to take a massive dump. Like I told you guys, the reason why I didn't eat and go right away to do my chores and why I'm here talking to you guys is because sometimes you don't want the Hershey squirts to hit you while you're in your car, and there's no chance that you're going to make it to a bathroom because I've been there too many times where you're like clenching your rear and thinking to yourself, oh man, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. And you can sometimes just see the toilet. You're walking towards it, and all of a sudden your body's like, oh, I can release. And boom, uh oh, another boo boom. Another boom boom. Oh my gosh. Oh, and Mello got to witness this firsthand one time when I hadn't eaten at a Mongolian barbecue place. You know, the place where you fill up your bowl with meat and then different kinds of things, and then you take it up to where they have the giant, like, big circle, like, heating surface, and they cook all your food in there, and then they put it back in your bowl with your noodles. And I ate the whole damn thing because I ordered a large because I didn't know how big these servings were. Holy crap, I must have taken 10 squirts with Mello. Like, I we went. Mello wanted to go to the salon after we ate because I remember I went into the bathroom like 3 separate times while she was getting whatever done, and then we walked across the way in the parking lot, and then we went to Walmart, and oh my god, if there had been someone in that toilet, I would have been done for because I would have been taking a dump in the urinal. That's how bad it is. Can you imagine having a super Walmart and only having one holer in that entire store because you're afraid that people are going to steal from you in that bathroom? One holer. I don't understand businesses that don't have adequate bathrooms. Anyhow, I have to go to the post office. Thank you all for sitting here and listening to me chat about nothing. Thank you for the people that chimed in. And thanks especially to Mello for always being up for for whatever. All right, I'm out, guys.